Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Real Hazardous. Normally we're fishing and hunting and doing stuff outdoors. Today it's a little different. We're testing a truck. We've done a couple truck tests before, basically to see how they do towing heavy loads, such as a big offshore boat in our case, and even medium-sized boats and general driving. So today we are testing the Chevy 1500 with an eco diesel engine in it, so stay tuned. Pretty excited about this test, guys. Probably the most excited I've been about a truck. This is a diesel 1500. In theory, it's the best of both worlds, right? It's got power, it's got fuel efficiency. The lady who we got the car from, Karen, actually said she has one in her Tahoe and she's getting 31 miles per gallon. It says 22, 27, which usually I can beat what they estimate. But I think this is going to be a super fuel efficient truck. It's not too big, so it's going to be easy for my daily commute. And I believe it has 15,000 pounds towing. I think it's going to be a really good test. I think hopefully this will help all you guys out who will be looking for a car, getting into bigger boats or need to upgrade or something. This should hopefully help you guys understand what to tow. I gotta say, guys, this has got plenty of space in the back. It's kind of comparing it to the 2015 Ford F-350, and it's got probably just as much room, maybe even a little more. It's definitely very spacious back here, so that's nice. Our next test, we're going to take this and tow our big offshore boat around. It's about a 30-foot boat length overall, probably around 8,500 pounds, so this should be a good test for towing wise. This is a pretty cool vehicle in that when you're not towing something, it gets really good mileage. I took it to work today, and going to work I was about 30, I think it was about right at 30 miles per gallon. Coming back with traffic, I was like 26, 27. So, for a truck this big, that's really good. I mean, that was way better than the 1500 gas engine truck that we tested for all intents and purposes. About the same truck, just different engine. So it's pretty cool that diesel engine does really well in mileage. Now what we want to see is how comfortable do we feel towing a boat like ours. Right now we're towing our 27 Contender. It's 30 feet length overall. It's about 8,500 pounds. Double axle trailer. It's a pretty good test. So we're gonna see how it feels, give you guys some feedback, and go from there.
I'm getting about 10.4 right now, which is about what I was getting with that F-350 on the boat.
What tires would you get, like ply wise?
You would definitely want to go 10 ply if you're going to pull something heavy. Now you're not going to have the riding comfort with the 10 ply tire. A little bit bouncy or rough riding. Of course, the suspension might be okay on this one. You wouldn't notice it, but
how's the power feel?
that's pretty good. This one seems to be doing a lot better at this speed. Are you ready? It's interesting, most diesels redline at about 3,000. So it says redline at 5,000. But not bad. It probably accelerates as good as that 7.3. Yeah, so when you see that, you can watch that back tire and make sure that you don't run into anything. Or if you do run into it, at least you can see it on the thing when you do it. It's hard to see.
You can see that.
Okay.
We've towed the Chevy 1500 gas engine truck V8. We've also done the 2500 heavy duty diesel, and now we're doing this 1500 eco diesel. And it's kind of a good in the middle truck. One thing I'll mention is that it doesn't have the acceleration of the 2500, which is, probably what everyone expected, right? A bigger truck is going to be stronger and faster. This truck seemed to do pretty good once we got it going. The only thing I would say is just it's not as much acceleration as the big, heavier duty truck. Power-wise, it did have more than the gas engine. It felt definitely a lot better for pulling, but not as much as the 2500. Once you get going, though, I would say the only difference is the acceleration. Once you get going, you know, they both go, so no problem there. We just got done doing some tow tests. Towed the big boat, the little boat, and drove it around town. So I want to give you guys some feedback on this 1500 diesel truck.
We towed the line.
Yeah, metaphorically speaking. Literally, we towed the boat.
Okay.
So what do you think, Dad? You were pulling it?
Right, so I pulled the big boat. The mileage was probably as good as the other trucks that we've done, which is not bad. I mean, we didn't lose mileage because it was smaller, you know, smaller trucks.
Yeah, looking on the highway, it was between 10 and 11.
Okay, now that was the big boat. I pulled a smaller boat with it, and I was getting around 15 to 16. Now, on the average, when I was not pulling any boat, we averaged 24. So that means we were getting well over 30 without the boat.
Yeah, so my trip, just to work, I'd reset the trip gauge, and going to work, I was right at like 29, 30. Coming back, there was traffic, we'll stop and go, so I was like 26, 27. So, and for reference, when we say the little boat, that is a 21'7" Blazer Bay bay boat, center console bay boat.
Yes, it's not really that little, but
right. But still, I mean, that's good.
Right. So the overall, my overall opinion is the boat it rides very well. You know, the suspension was really good. The handling of it with the boat behind it, I didn't have any. What I thought I'd have a little bit of a squirreliness to it. None. Maybe just a tiny bit with the big boat. None with the 21 Blazer Bay. Like I said, the handling of it was fantastic. Smooth ride, plenty of room on the inside.
Right. In terms of power, so you know we've tested the 1500 gas engine. We've tested the 2500 diesel, which is obviously a lot more power. And for a while, we pulled our boat with a 7.3 liter Ford F-250 diesel. It's an older 2000 model. So what would you kind of
compare it with?
Yeah, like power wise.
Ride wise, I thought this was the best riding of the three that we've tested so far.
Right.
But power wise, I would say all three of the Chevrolets were at least equal to or better than the Ford.
Gotcha. Now between the three Chevys that we tested, you know, how did this feel power wise? Was there obviously the 2500's got the most power, but like was there a noticeable difference between the 1500 gas and the 1500 diesel?
The 1500 diesel definitely had more power than the gas.
Gotcha.
Maybe just a smidge less than the diesel. But I'll tell you what I did notice, like I said, in the mileage wise, because when we use our truck, we don't constantly pull a boat. So the difference in that 1500 on the diesel versus the 2500 was a lot on the mileage wise.
So if someone had a boat like ours, 30 foot, you know, center console, I think it's around 8500, or a similar weight vehicle, would this truck work for that?
This truck would work, probably not on a super long ride, but it would probably work, but I don't think it would be as comfortable as the 2500.
Right.
Around town, short distances, say under 100 miles or under a couple hundred miles, I would go with the 1500 over the 2500.
Gotcha. And personally, I think with having such great fuel economy and still having a good ride, it makes for a great all-around. You know, you're driving this to work, you're not towing all the time.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and you know, this truck versus a lot of the newer cars, I would go with this truck.
Yeah.
Just a pure comfort.
Like, I would go with this truck over the gas engine.
Oh yes, no, without a doubt.
Just it has more mileage when you're not towing, more power when you are towing.
And probably the longevity of that diesel is a lot better than the gas.
The only thing I would recommend, you probably agree, we were talking about this, is if you do intend to tow more, I would get better tires for towing.
Right. Now this had a 5 or 6 ply tire. if I'm going to tow something heavy, I'm going to go to at least an 8, more likely a 10-ply tire.
Right.
You probably lose a little bit on your ride comfort, but you'll have plenty of tire back there you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, the engine and truck did good. Just a little more. I'd plan for better tires for towing.
Exactly.
So want to thank Nimnicht Chevrolet. They provided these trucks for us to test. We really appreciate it. They've been really great. These trucks are really nice. I hope you guys enjoy this information. Hope it helps you guys if you're looking into trucks, trying to figure out what you need for your towing application. If you guys got any other questions, just leave a comment below. And if you're interested, check out Nimnicht Chevrolet. They can hook you up with a truck like this or any truck that you probably could need to suit your needs. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Real Hazardous.